Ladies and gentlemen, let me ask you something. Have you ever poured your heart, your time, and your energy into helping someone only to feel drained, used, and unappreciated? You're not alone. Sometimes what isn't addressed, we've been taught that helping others is the ultimate virtue, and it is. But what if I told you there are some people you should never help, especially as you grow older? Not because you lack kindness, but because helping them will cost you your peace, your growth, and your ability to live the life you truly deserve. Today I'm going to share with you the hard truths about these people, the ones who rob you of your energy and keep you stuck in a cycle of frustration. And more importantly, I'll teach you how to set boundaries that protect your time, your health, and your happiness. Because, my friends, your life is worth more than just being someone's crutch. Are you ready to take back your power? Let's dive in. Energy vampires are individuals who consistently sap your mental, emotional, and even physical energy without offering anything in return. These people thrive on taking from others, whether it's your time, support, or attention, while giving little to nothing back. They often appear in the guise of friends, family, or colleagues, making it difficult to recognize their behavior immediately. Interactions with them can leave you feeling exhausted, frustrated, or emotionally drained, even if nothing significant has happened during the exchange. One of the common traits of energy vampires is their constant need for attention and validation. They may dominate conversations, turning every topic back to themselves and leaving you feeling unheard or undervalued. They frequently present themselves as victims of circumstances, seeking your sympathy and support. But they rarely take action to change their situation. Instead, they rely on others to bolster their self-esteem or solve their problems for them. Energy vampires can also be overly critical or negative, projecting their frustrations and insecurities onto you. They may subtly or overtly undermine your confidence, making you question your abilities or choices. Their negativity can be contagious, pulling you into a spiral of doubt or stress that takes a toll on your emotional well-being. In some cases, these individuals use manipulation or guilt to keep you engaged. They might accuse you of being selfish or uncaring if you set boundaries or try to distance yourself. Their behavior creates a dynamic where you feel obligated to help, even when it comes at the expense of your own energy and happiness. Over time, this constant drain can affect not only your emotional state, but also your productivity, relationships, and overall quality of life. Chronic complainers are individuals who consistently dwell on problems without ever seeking solutions. They have a tendency to focus on what's wrong in their lives or the world around them, and they often use others as sounding boards for their frustrations. While occasional venting is normal and even healthy, chronic complainers take it to an extreme, turning every conversation into an opportunity to unload their negativity. Being around them can feel like carrying the weight of their unhappiness, as their constant focus on problems can drain your energy and optimism. These individuals often find fault in everything, from the weather to their relationships, jobs, or even minor inconveniences. Despite the opportunities or resources available to them, they rarely make an effort to address their grievances or improve their situation. Instead, they become stuck in a cycle of complaining, which serves as their primary coping mechanism. This behavior not only prevents them from growing, but also pulls others into their web of negativity. Their unwillingness to take responsibility for their circumstances often leads to a sense of entitlement, where they expect others to sympathize with their plight without offering solutions. They may also dismiss suggestions or advice, insisting that their problems are unsolvable or that others just don't understand. This creates a frustrating dynamic for those trying to help, as nothing seems to satisfy or uplift them. Over time, chronic complainers can wear down the patience and goodwill of the people around them. Their persistent negativity can create a toxic environment where positivity and productivity are overshadowed by their complaints. For those in close relationships with these individuals, it can feel like an endless cycle of emotional labor, as the complainer's focus on problems leaves little room for meaningful connection or shared growth. Manipulators are individuals who use deceit, emotional tactics, and strategic behavior to control or influence others for their personal gain. These people are often highly skilled at identifying your weaknesses, fears, or desires and exploiting them to serve their own agenda. Their actions may not always be overt. In fact, manipulators often operate subtly, making it difficult to recognize their true intentions until you've already been drawn into their web. One of the hallmarks of manipulators is their ability to use guilt as a weapon. They may frame situations in ways that make you feel responsible for their happiness or success, even when you are not. By playing on your sense of duty or compassion, they create a dynamic where you feel compelled to prioritize their needs over your own. This tactic is particularly effective with empathetic individuals who naturally want to help or support others. Manipulators also employ tactics like gaslighting, where they distort the truth to make you question your perceptions or decisions. This form of psychological manipulation can leave you feeling confused, doubtful, and even dependent on their version of reality. They might deny things they've said or done, twist facts to suit their narrative, or exaggerate situations to make themselves appear as victims or heroes. In relationships, manipulators often take advantage of trust and loyalty. They may make promises they have no intention of keeping or use flattery and charm to win your favor, only to exploit your kindness later. Over time, their actions can erode your confidence and sense of self-worth as you become entangled in their calculated schemes. Their ultimate goal is to maintain control, ensuring that the relationship revolves around their needs and desires while leaving you emotionally drained and unsupported. Takers, not givers, are individuals who consistently prioritize their own needs and desires, exploiting the generosity and kindness of others without reciprocation. These people are often charming and persuasive, making it easy for them to gain the trust and support of those around them. However, their true nature becomes evident over time as they repeatedly take from others without showing genuine gratitude or offering anything in return. In personal relationships, takers often position themselves as the center of attention, expecting others to cater to their needs and solve their problems. They may regularly ask for favors, borrow resources, or rely on your emotional support, yet they rarely show up when you need help. Their interactions are transactional, driven by what they can gain rather than a mutual exchange of care or respect. Takers are often skilled at justifying their behavior or framing their demands in ways that make you feel obligated to comply. They might appeal to your empathy by sharing stories of hardship or play on your sense of duty by emphasizing their dependence on you. Over time, this dynamic can leave you feeling drained, unappreciated, and even resentful. In professional settings, takers may take credit for others' work, exploit team efforts for personal recognition, or consistently shift responsibilities onto their colleagues. Their self-perceiving actions can create a toxic environment where trust and collaboration are undermined. What makes takers particularly challenging is their lack of self-awareness or willingness to change. They often view their behavior as justified, believing that their needs outweigh those of others. This mindset makes it difficult to establish boundaries, as they may react with defensiveness or manipulation when confronted. The longer these relationships persist, the more they erode your resources, energy, and emotional well-being. Resentful dependents are individuals who rely on your help or support but harbor underlying resentment toward you for the assistance you provide. This paradoxical behavior can be emotionally draining and confusing, as their actions often create a push-pull dynamic that leaves you feeling unappreciated or even blamed for their circumstances. These individuals may turn to you in moments of need, seeking financial help, emotional support, or guidance in difficult situations. While they might initially express gratitude, their attitude can quickly shift. Over time, their dependence on you fosters a sense of frustration or inadequacy within themselves, which they project onto you in the form of resentment. Resentful dependents often struggle with feelings of shame or insecurity about their reliance on others. Instead of addressing these emotions constructively, they may act out by criticizing or undermining you, as if to balance the perceived power dynamic. They might downplay your contributions, accuse you of overstepping, or even blame you for their ongoing struggles. This behavior can manifest in subtle ways, such as passive-aggressive remarks or dismissive attitudes, or more overt actions, like open hostility or defiance. Their resentment can make it nearly impossible to maintain a healthy, balanced relationship, as their negativity overshadows any positive interactions. The complexity of dealing with resentful dependents lies in their contradictory nature. On one hand, they seek your help and rely on your support. On the other, they resist acknowledging the value of what you provide and resent the position they feel it places them in. This creates a toxic cycle where you feel obligated to help, but your efforts are met with hostility instead of appreciation, leaving you emotionally drained and questioning the relationship. Habitual liars are individuals who consistently distort the truth, creating a pattern of deceit that erodes trust and damages relationships. These people lie for various reasons, sometimes to manipulate others, sometimes to avoid accountability, or even just out of habit, without any apparent purpose. Regardless of their motives, their dishonesty creates an unstable foundation for any interaction or relationship. Their lies can range from small, seemingly harmless exaggerations to major fabrications that have serious consequences. At first, these falsehoods may be difficult to detect, as habitual liars often appear confident and convincing. Over time, however, inconsistencies in their stories and behaviors reveal their deceptive tendencies, leaving you feeling betrayed or manipulated. Habitual liars often use their dishonesty to manipulate situations in their favor. They may create elaborate stories to gain sympathy, avoid confrontation, or shift blame onto others. In doing so, they undermine your ability to trust their words or intentions, making it challenging to navigate the relationship. These individuals also have a tendency to deny their lies when confronted, often doubling down on their deceit or deflecting responsibility. This behavior, known as gaslighting, can make you question your perception of events and erode your confidence in your own judgment. Being in a relationship with a habitual liar, whether personal or professional, is emotionally exhausting. Their inability to be truthful creates a constant state of uncertainty where you're left guessing what's real and what's not. Over time, their pattern of lying can damage not only your trust in them, but also your overall ability to trust others. The emotional toll of dealing with habitual liars often outweighs any benefit they bring to the relationship, making it crucial to recognize and address their behavior early on. Victim mindset individuals are those who perpetually see themselves as powerless and blame external circumstances, other people, or bad luck for their struggles. This mindset becomes a defining feature of their identity, influencing their behavior and interactions with others. Instead of taking responsibility for their actions or seeking solutions, they dwell on their hardships, often expecting others to empathize and rescue them. And these individuals are quick to highlight their misfortunes, portraying themselves as targets of unfair treatment or uncontrollable events. While everyone faces challenges, victim mindset individuals view their problems as insurmountable and unique, rejecting the possibility of change. This perspective not only keeps them stuck in their current situation, but also creates a cycle of negativity that affects those around them. All of you create a cycle of negativity that affects those around them. When engaging with others, they often seek validation for their victimhood, turning to friends, family, or colleagues for emotional support. However, their focus on seeking sympathy rather than solutions can become draining over time. Any advice or encouragement to take action is frequently met with excuses or resistance, as they are more invested in reinforcing their narrative than in making progress. Victim mindset individuals may also manipulate situations to gain attention or control. By framing themselves as helpless, they can guilt others into providing assistance or prioritizing their needs. This dynamic can lead to resentment, as their constant focus on their problems leaves little room for mutual support or growth in the relationships. Over time, their unwillingness to take accountability can create a toxic environment where others feel burdened by their negativity. Their refusal to acknowledge their role in their own struggles not only limits their personal growth, but also places unnecessary emotional strain on those who try to help or engage with them. As a leader, you must set the example. Toxic family members are individuals who, despite being related by blood, engage in behaviors that consistently harm your emotional well-being, undermine your confidence, and drain your energy. These family members may be overly critical, manipulative, or even abusive, often creating a hostile or emotionally unsafe environment. Their actions may be covert, like passive-aggressive comments or gaslighting, or more overt, such as verbal, emotional, or physical abuse. The damaging behaviors of toxic family members can take many forms. Some may belittle or criticize you, dismissing your achievements or making you feel inadequate. Others may foster jealousy or competition within the family, creating an atmosphere of resentment instead of support. There are also those who play the role of the victim, manipulating others to gain sympathy or control the family's dynamics. So, toxic family members often refuse to acknowledge their negative impact or take responsibility for their actions. They may try to justify their behavior, dismissing your concerns or painting themselves as the aggrieved party. This denial of responsibility can make it difficult to establish healthy boundaries, as they continually test the limits of your patience and forgiveness. In extreme cases, toxic family members may attempt to control your life, manipulate your decisions, or isolate you from others who provide positive support. Their behavior can be so pervasive that it interferes with your ability to thrive, leading to feelings of guilt, confusion, or self-doubt. This toxic dynamic can persist for years, wearing down your emotional resilience and preventing you from growing into the person you're meant to be. The most difficult aspect of dealing with toxic family members is that their behavior often comes with a sense of obligation. The expectation that family is family can make it hard to recognize when the relationship has crossed a line into toxicity, leading you to tolerate mistreatment for far too long. Saboteurs of your growth are individuals who intentionally or unintentionally undermine your progress, dreams, or goals. These people may present themselves as friends, family, or colleagues, but their actions consistently hold you back from reaching your full potential. They might criticize your ambitions, downplay your achievements, or discourage you from taking risks that could lead to success. These individuals often project their own insecurities, fears, or unfulfilled aspirations onto you. Instead of supporting your growth, they may create doubt or instill fear, convincing you that you're not capable, that the timing isn't right, or that your goals are unrealistic. They might even disguise their negativity as concern, masking their true intentions with well-meaning advice that actually serves to limit your possibilities. Saboteurs of your growth might also act in more passive ways, such as ignoring your achievements or withholding recognition. They may fail to celebrate your wins or focus on the negatives, casting shadows over your successes. This subtle behavior can be just as damaging as outright criticism, as it leaves you questioning whether your efforts are worth the struggle. Another tactic of these individuals is to create unnecessary distractions or pull you into conflicts, preventing you from staying focused on your goals. They may introduce drama or obstacles into your life, subtly diverting your attention away from your path forward. Over time, the presence of growth saboteurs in your life can lead to self-doubt, missed opportunities, and a stalled sense of purpose. Their discouragement can weigh you down, keeping you from pursuing the very things that would bring you fulfillment and success. The more you allow these people to influence your decisions, the more likely you are to abandon your aspirations in favor of their limited vision. Users in disguise are individuals who present themselves as friends, colleagues, or loved ones, but their true intention is to take advantage of your resources, time, or emotional energy. These people often mask their self-protecting motives with charm, flattery, or promises of friendship, making it difficult to see their true nature until they've already benefited from your generosity. They may seem like supportive individuals in the beginning, always there when you need someone to talk to or when they need help with something. However, the pattern soon emerges. Whenever you need assistance, they're nowhere to be found. They're quick to take but slow to give. And their primary focus is on extracting what they can from you while offering little in return. Users in disguise are often highly skilled at making others feel guilty or obligated to help them. They can be manipulative, knowing just the right buttons to push to get what they want. They may also create a false sense of dependency, convincing you that they need your help in order to succeed or feel valued. Once they've gotten what they want, however, they disappear, leaving you feeling empty or unappreciated. In some cases, they may even create drama or tension to maintain control over the relationship, ensuring that you stay in their debt or under their influence. The most insidious part of dealing with users in disguise is that their actions are often disguised as friendship or genuine care, making it difficult to recognize their true motives until you've already been taken advantage of. Over time, their behavior can leave you emotionally drained and resentful, questioning the authenticity of your other relationships. Everywhere you go, every small action you take becomes an opportunity. In conclusion, as we journey through life, it's essential to recognize the people who contribute positively to our growth and well-being and those who don't. There are individuals who drain our energy, sabotage our efforts, and manipulate our emotions for their own gain. These people may be disguised as friends, family, or colleagues, but their impact is toxic and their behavior is detrimental to our happiness and success. It's crucial to set clear boundaries with these individuals, not out of spite, but out of a deep respect for ourselves and our potential. By recognizing the energy vampires, the chronic complainers, the manipulators, the takers, and the rest, we can reclaim our power and protect our time, focus, and emotional resources. We must prioritize relationships that uplift, support, and inspire us to be the best versions of ourselves. So you've got to remember, your time and energy are valuable, and you don't owe anyone the privilege of draining them. It's okay to walk away from relationships that don't serve your growth or well-being. By doing so, you create space for those who genuinely care, for opportunities that elevate you, and for the person you're meant to become. Never forget that you are worthy of respect, love, and support. Choose wisely who you invest in. And never forget that you have the power to protect your peace and your purpose.